Are you a guitar player that likes the idea of a fuzz pedal, but you really can't get it to work in your guitar rig? Well, I used to be that person as well, but not anymore. So I put together a list with some different things so that I can try to convince you that you need to have a fuzz pedal in your collection. Yeah, the Beatronics Vespa was sent to me to use in this video, so this is considered a sponsored video, just so you know that. Okay, so the first thing, and this is very important, there are many different fuzzes out there. The first pedal that I got was a Big Muff. I did not like it back then, and I think that turned me off the whole fuzz thing for many years. So try to borrow some fuzzes from friends, go to a guitar store and try as many as possible. I'm pretty sure that at least one of them will stand out for you, and that might be your way into fuzz. Yeah. And something that I see people mention often online is that they think a fuzz sounds too thin or too hollow. It doesn't sound like the recordings that they like. Well, a good tip for you then is to use it together with an overdrive pedal or a boost or a distortion. With a lot of the classic recordings, they were using fuzzes together with an amp that was very driven. So either use a small amp that you can drive or an attenuator, or simply just use an overdrive pedal together with the fuzz. Then you are able to shape the tone a lot more. You get more mids in there, low mids, and it will probably sound a lot closer to your favorite recordings of fuzz. And if you want to shape the fuzz tone even more, don't be afraid of using the volume control and the tone control on your guitar. There are many good hidden guitar tones in your guitar, you just need to find them. And I think a lot of people are so used with shaping everything on their pedals or their amp, so they don't use the volume control or the tone control. You definitely should try that. One thing that I often hear people complain about when it comes to fuzz is how loose the low end is and how uncontrollable it is. And that is sort of the point with a fuzz. So maybe you shouldn't use a fuzz for all parts. Maybe you just want to use it for a small part of the song where you want a more broken sound. It really helps to use a fuzz when you want to have some contrast and dynamics in a tune that you are making. It's very different from a clean tone. So use the fuzz for what it really is. It's wild and untamed. It's very different. So make a part stand out by using a fuzz. Yeah.
If you handed me a pen and I counted backwards.
And this is similar to the last point, and that is to use it with guitar solos. If you find it difficult to use on rhythm parts because it's a bit loose in the low end, use it for solos. And using a fuzz for that can really make your guitar solos sing and stand out in a mix. There's a certain guitar player that I don't remember the name of, David or something like that. He used a lot of fuzz pedals for his solos. And the next point is something that I discovered recently when I did a amp demo here on my channel. I was supposed to make a produced track with a fuzz intro, but I then ended up playing with a fuzz tone for the whole song, and I combined that with a more driven, normal guitar sound. So I had a driven sound on one side, and then I had the spitty fuzz on the other side. And together, that sounded really, really awesome. And that is a recording trick that I will most definitely use a lot in the future. It doesn't sound too fuzzy. It's sort of like in between of the driven and the fuzz sound. And yeah, it just sounds amazing. And I just re-recorded that fuzz tone with this pedal. Here it is. Sounds amazing. And if you're still not convinced, I think the ultimate gateway drug into the world of fuzz is an octave fuzz. That is so fun to play, and I know a lot of people that aren't really that into fuzz sounds. They just love an octave fuzz and they just use an octave fuzz. So at least try that. Maybe that's the thing that will get you hooked on fuzz. It was for me at least. Just listen to this. Okay, that's everything. Hope I was able to maybe convince you to at least try a fuzz again, if that's something that you have left behind you. Try one, try a lot of them, see if you maybe can find something that you like. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in my next video also. Goodbye.